First, I would like to say that I did appreciate everything the first panel had to say in response to your question. I think it's probably the largest gathering of government officials that I've heard acknowledge that there are goals that are not being reached, and it was very nice to hear that they realize we have a ways to go. And I sincerely hope that, having heard what we are saying, that they can understand and recognize what our problems are and go forward and take care of some of those with the assistance, of course, of Congress. I think, funding, Ms. Oliver addressed the issue of payment, of prompt payment, and it is a problem particularly with the small business. Sometimes, as Mr. Schmidt will say, that taking time to get bank loans can be extremely, first of all, it's very time consuming, and you don't always know what you're going to get in the end. I find that for ourselves as a small emerging business, that because of the size of the contracts that we do manage, and we are going through the prime vendor, one of the greatest problems we're having is not being able to, we have no, there is no way that we can put grievance if we're not being treated fairly. Right now, I am having payment withheld by a subcontractor, and I have nobody to talk to and to help me with it. And if I don't rectify it, there's a good chance that my business could go under just because of the amount of money. But again, my comment about accountability, that's why it becomes so important. And just one other comment I'd like to make about that is when prime vendors are renewed, they go to the customer and say, well, how was it? Did it work for you? And yet the subcontractor is never asked, did it work for you? Were you able to work with this company? Because you don't know, a prime vendor may be showing great success, but they're jumping from business to business. And there are some very good prime vendors, so please understand I'm not on a mission to try to get rid of that system, because it is a very valuable system and it works, but it just needs oversight and accountability so that smaller businesses that are using prime vendors can be assured that they will get paid and that they have the opportunity to grow. Thank you.
Congressman Schock, thank you for the question. In regards to the agency's testimony before this, I mean, it's been 10 years since we passed this law. We can't even say we're halfway there. The preliminary numbers are showing 1.4% of these contracts are going to small disabled veteran-owned businesses. I wouldn't be half shocked if I started raffling through the old testimony and it didn't look eerily similar to what was submitted today. So that's kind of where we're at. We're ready to see some action and tired of talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
The American Legion perspective on this is that there's just not enough buy-in from the various federal agencies from the top. You know, the individuals that spoke today are not those that make the decisions on whether or not to help the veterans or not. For the last few years, we've worked pretty closely with both House committees, on the small business House committees, and I mean the Senate and the House. And I have to say both committees were very active as far as especially working with SBA and really pushing the federal agencies to do what should be done. And frankly, many of them just refuse to do it. It takes a lot of work to get a bill passed and then get it implemented and then get it funded. But if the head of the SBA or DOD just refuse to implement what's already been passed, it tells the veteran that we really don't see you as a viable partner, and it's really a missed opportunities. Those of us that have been overseas, we come back with a lot of expertise, and we still have that same belief in completing the mission. And we are probably the best partners to try and get anything done that the country needs completed. And when these agencies don't recognize that, they would rather do business as usual with the large contractors, not really paying attention to where the money is going and how it's spent, how it's used, or how effective it is. That's disheartening for a lot of these business owners who are veterans. And that's the problem. If you pass the bill and the administrative SBA refused to implement it, you can see that with Bill Elmore's shop. He's had a budget of $750,000 for the last 3 or 4 years. What can he do with that? He has to run 5 business centers. They have to try and monitor all compliance from the various federal agencies with a staff of next to nothing. And then you have DOD, who has one of the largest budgets, and they still haven't been able to make a 3% goal. That tells people that we really don't want to do business with you. And it comes from the top.
Thank you for your candid responses, and I sincerely appreciate it. That's been very helpful to me. So thank you, Chairman Nye. Back to you.